Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the Professor's Picks alongside the man himself, Mr. Ken Golden. What's
Good
happening?
morning. How are
Good
you?
morning, and
Mm,
good afternoon, good evening to everybody watching.
that's
So,
right.
wherever
That's
it
right.
might be.
That's right. We've got some nice stuff this week.
Cool.
Some of it is not in hand, but will be in hand today. So I have a shipment coming in over from the UK. Got some gray area releases, but and as I always say, caveat emptor. Don't believe what it says on the box, but
Correct.
and you may be surprised. Hopefully,
It's
even
amazing. You
pleased.
see, like they'll put like a live shot on the front of the CD or whatever, and it's like of a certain lineup, and then you open it up and you listen like this. That
Well, that
person
happened.
been on here, yeah.
That happened. I got this. I brought in this Deep Purple.
No, the one with
It's
Tommy Bolin on the front, right? It's just like
no, actually, it's got Richie on the front. It's a double CD. It's got Richie on the front, and it's two shows, both with Steve Morse,
oh, yeah.
and they were like kind of like shitty. So I complained, and well, they gave me full credit for them, and I think I put them up on the site, and knocked them down to like $5 or something to get rid of them. So maybe for some, and no problem with Steve Morse.
No,
But if you're putting Richie on the cover, Richie should be on the CDs.
should have Richie. Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
even for these bootleg labels, they should have some ethics about them, right?
I know. Yeah, I've got somewhere too where the cover shot it just has nothing to do with what's in some, but
Right,
it's
right,
cool.
yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. All right. We got one pre-order this week, and it's kind of a cool one. Let me see if we get this thing to load. Here we go. New one from Green Carnation. So really great Norwegian progressive metal band that kind of wanders into the prog rock side. Chort was I guess he was the bass player in Emperor. He's the lead singer. They don't put out studio albums very often.
Oh, it's been a
They were
while.
they were on hiatus for quite a while, and then they kind of came back to play live. And this is called A Dark Poem Part One: The Shores of Melancholia. It comes out September 5th. It's on CD and red vinyl. It's a little pricier than a traditional CD because it comes in a slipcase that is supposed to hold three CDs. So there'll be a part two and a part three, and the
Wow.
slipcase will hold all of it. So yeah, so it's a little bit pricier than normal.
What
And
label is this on?
Season of Mist.
Oh, okay. All right. I love
Little
that album
season.
cover. That's very cool.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. I forgot. Oh, Nicholas Sundin did the artwork for it. So yeah, so that's September 5th. I made one pass through it. Sounds just like Green Carnation. It's really good. There's like a melancholiness to the band, but but the music kind of emotional. Um, it's they're just a good solid band.
Yeah, they're very unique sounding. They're kind of like Catatonia in a way. Not that they sound like them as a band
Right.
who like doesn't really fit anywhere, and they have that
Yeah.
weakness to them, but they're hard to explain. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of has that feel of like Catatonia. Um, and and he's a good singer, he's
Yeah.
actually a very good singer. So I guess we could have mentioned him the other day when we did the Norwegian show, but
Yeah, I didn't.
we didn't get them all.
No,
And
you can't. I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, I can't believe nobody mentioned this band, that band, that band." It's like it's not favorites, right? I can't. It's not just here to name every single Norwegian band that ever recorded.
right, right. We get more
A
grief
lot of
because we
people
didn't
have said
mention
we didn't. Nobody mentioned Motorpsycho. It's like, I
or
mean, I like
or,
Motorpsycho, but they're
or
not.
aha.
Oh,
I know. All right, now we're gonna get into the regular inventory. This is a cool disc, Ambient Den. So Ambient Den is do you remember Ben Craven from Australia?
yes.
So Ben is a very talented multi-instrumentalist, but he put together an actual band. So I believe it's a trio, and Ambient Den is an anagram of the names of the first names of the guys in the band. Prague. I hear a lot of Pink Floyd in it. His guitar work sounds a lot like David Gilmour on this album, and it's very nice stuff. So, and
Not to be
it's
confused with the band Ambient Dawn.
I don't even know Ambient Dawn.
There's an Ambient Dawn.
Okay,
So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, what is that? Oh, no, it's not.
they misspell it. Yeah. Anyway, it's very good and it's selling well. Also selling incredibly well. We have two releases by the Book of Revelations. We have Chapter One, the plumes of Enceladus, and Chapter Two, Olympus Mons. So, Book of Revelations, British band based around one gentleman who again plays most of the instruments, brought in a bunch of ringers. I think there may be an actual band playing live now. Concept works, as you can imagine, very sort of elaborate fantasy type thing. And if you like vintage Genesis and Marillion, you're gonna love this stuff because it's right in that wheelhouse. And there was one part where I'm thinking, my God, this is like lifted like right off selling England by the pound. I mean, I'm like, whoa, it's good. It's good stuff. And yeah, and we brought the part. Chapter one came out 2 years ago, and chapter two is brand new. We never had them, so why not bring them both in at the same time? And smartly, customers are buying both since it's part of a series. So that's the way to do it. Okay, doing later today. Camel, the Snow Goose. This is the new 2 CD Blu-ray box set. Get the original mix, the remix, the high res, all that good stuff. So this is in line with the other boxes that we've had previously, Mirage and Moon Madness and Nude and Pressure Points. So somehow we missed this. It just missed. I think it missed my shipment from Europe when it came out a few weeks ago. So well, anyway, it's going to be here today.
And ironically, well, it was today when we were taping, but for folks watching this episode, yesterday, Peter Barden's was my pick for keyboard
Oh,
player number 22, and I talked about the Snow Goose in that episode.
there you go.
Missed it? Check it out.
Perfect timing. There you
Yep.
go. It's great. Well, I'm not going to predict anything. I think I know what your number one will be, but I could be wrong. So I'm not going to. We'll see.
You want to say it?
Yeah, if it's anybody other than Keith Emerson, I'm driving. I'm driving up to Newburgh. I mean, I'm sorry. I look. I love John Lord. I do love John Lord, but even
Remember,
John
this is our
Lord,
favorite. It's not the best of all time. So
in my opinion, as far as rock keyboardists go, I'm not going to talk about the jazz world. That's something different, but or classical, right? But in the rock world, for me, he's the greatest rock keyboardist that ever lived. And I will say that if you ask any of the great keyboardists, they will say Keith Emerson. If you ask Rick Wakeman, he would say Keith Emerson. If
probably.
John Lord was still alive, he would say Keith Emerson. So you prove me wrong. So
All I will say is Keith is definitely on my list. Where he sits, you'll have to wait and see. But keep in mind, I'm not just doing rock guys, right? I'm doing
yeah,
jazz and fusion guys. So keep that in mind.
hey, if you said to me, if you said, Chick Corea, I wouldn't be offended. It's a different, it's a, it's a different world, it's a different world. And it's interesting because, and I'll say this before we get back to where we were. If you ever watch the video of Keith Emerson on the Oscar Peterson show, did you ever see that?
I don't know if I have or not.
So he, I guess I think it was in the 70s, and actually it was crazy because Keith had Carl Palmer on drums and he had Roy Babington playing bass, which was crazy, it's right. And it was a trio, and he's playing piano, and Keith's great, and he was doing, I don't remember what he was doing, and he was doing maybe, a ragtime piece or something like that. And then Oscar Peterson's playing, and Oscar Peterson was unreal. I mean, he was on it, and you could tell that Emerson was like intimidated. And I think if I remember correctly, they might have been like playing together, and there was there was a bit of a difference between the two. Not that Keith was bad, but watching Oscar Peterson play, that was quite a revelation. I mean, so there are. Are you Oscar Peterson fan?
I've
He's
heard some. I don't like own a lot of his stuff or anything, but yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I burn out on piano trios,
yeah.
but that's the thing. But some of those Oscar Peterson albums he did for MPS, he's 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 astounding. And there are a lot of great, great, great jazz players. But the other thing is Keith could do a lot of what those guys could do, but very few, if any, of those
Oh, can
jazz
do what
players
he. Oh
could
yeah,
do what he did.
for
He did,
sure. Yeah.
So I'm not talking about stabbing the keyboard, the organ with a knife, or laying on your back and playing it upside down. But anyway, that's just But everybody knows that ELP is my favorite band, and I love Keith Emerson, and I stand by my comment, and we'll see if I'm right. I
Well, I
can't
will
think of
say
a
he is on my list for sure. Yes.
Yeah, I can't think of another rock keyboardist that would supplant him on your list. Nobody comes to mind.
It's all about favorites, right? So if we're not talking best, so yeah, it's
Yeah. All right.
we'll see.
See, we'll see. If it's Derek Sherinian, I'll punch you. Okay.
He's on my list too.
All right. There you go. Fair enough. Derek's a fine keyboard player. I have no issues with him. But ask him. He'll tell you Keith Emerson.
I'm sure he would. Yeah.
Jordan certainly would. Jordan Roos certainly
Oh
would.
yeah, yeah. He's on my list too.
Okay.
I'm giving away too
All
many
right. Next.
points here now. We're ruining the whole month.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here we go. Next, Eternal Idol, Behind the Vision. An Italian band, kind of interesting. Symphonic power metal. Apparently, Fabio Leone was the original vocalist. He's no longer in the band. They now have an interesting combo, male female co vocalist who sing together and then I guess apart. And yeah, symphonic power metal kind of a thing. That's all I could say. All right, we got Steve Hackett. Did you get yours? Did they ever
Yeah,
send?
got two of them actually, but yeah, I got 'em.
Yeah. So Steve doing like his. I got it over here. I got the vinyl. Man, ladies, if your husband step out of line, you could do some damage with this thing.
Yeah, it's big set.
This is heavy. So yeah, we got stuff from his solo albums, all the solo albums, and then we get like a Lamb greatest hits, and then Genesis greatest hits, some Selling England stuff. So they're all great. Band is great. The recordings are really good. If you're a fan, and God knows we sold a lot of these, of the CDs. So there's a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, I may try and go see him. We'll
Why
see.
not?
Playing in October. That's
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to go see him at the Scottish Rites. It's always a good night, you know, and there's no surprises,
no.
but it's like comfort food. It's exactly what you want. It's exactly
100%.
what you want,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he delivers it. The band is great. Steve's what? How old is he now? He's
70,
74, I think.
four, I don't know, something like that. Yeah, it's mid 70s.
Yeah, last time I saw him, I think he was 72, and
Playing
yeah,
better than ever.
yeah, great. All right, next to the hit parade, I got two Iron Maiden archival releases, for better term, and it's hard for me to tell you the exact differences. One called Radio Waves Broadcast Archives. It's a 6 CD set, and then we have another one that's called Iron Maiden Radio Wave, just Radio Waves, and that's a 6 CD set as well, and they're different, and they're on the same label. One, if I'm not mistaken, specifically might have mentioned dates and locations. The other one didn't, but they're not. They're not. It's not the same set with different cover art. They're two separate sets. Next, we got in the Jethro Tull, Still Living in the Past. And you see this backwards, Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Prezi. It's funny because I kept mentioning it when I'm not using Prezi. What I see is backwards, but you're seeing it correctly. So, Still Living in the Past. Well, you reviewed it, so you got the remixes. They give you the Stephen Wilson remixes, live at Carnegie Hall, 1970, part one, part two. You got the Blu-ray with like everything.
Yeah, it's
Pirate.
the jam-packed set.
There you go. Here's a weird band from Japan, Kunatic, Wheels of Oman. Uh, three females, and they no guitar on the album. Uh, it's keyboards, bass, drums, and lots of indigenous Japanese instruments. A lot of like flute and uh, all kinds of string instruments. They harmonize, and it's psychedelic and kind of bizarre and kind of cool. You know what they reminded me of? Do you remember the Swedish band Goat? Oh, Goat. Goat was one of the most incredible live bands I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They wear costumes and they're crazy. And yeah, it was insane. But yeah, this is if anybody's familiar with Goat, it's sort of along those lines. It's psychedelic again. They harmonize beautifully, but there's just so much weirdness going on, with all these instruments flying in and out, and it's kind of cool. Pretty cool. Next, Led Zeppelin, Physical Presence. All I know is it's they don't specify the dates, at least in the hype sheet. It's from 1973 to 1977. So you do get a little. I know like Achilles' Last Stand. I did see that in the set
Uh,
list.
Physical Graffiti Presence era then. That's pretty.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. So again, that's going to be here later today. Another a lot of gray area stuff. Marillion. That's a cool cover, I think.
Yeah.
For a boot. It's pretty good. It's called American Airwaves. It's a two CD set. Oh, by the way, I just meant the Zeppelin. If I didn't say it was a three CD set. Marillion American Airwaves two CD set from two locations: Mexico City, 1994, and it says Pittsburgh, 1997. But I have a feeling it may be Pittsburgh, 1995. But they said 97. That's the Steve Hogarth era. And 94, looking at the set list, is doing all Fish era stuff. So, a lot of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say kind of weird to have like jester oriented stuff on the cover if it's Hogarth era, but then if they're playing like a lot of the older stuff, then maybe it makes sense then.
You want to? Can I give you the sets?
Sure.
So give me 1 second, and I'll pull it up. Kind of. If I could type, it would help. Here it is. So the 94 set, Mexico City, Cover My Eyes, Shlantha Mahaf, I
Yep.
can't remember. Uninvited Guests, Sugar Mice, Runaway, Goodbye to All That, Hard as Love, The Hollow Man, Paper Lies, Brave, Made Again. So Brave Tour.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh 97, Alone Again in the Lap of Luxury, Hard as Love, 80 Days, Kaylee, Lavender, Afraid of Sunlight, Man of a Thousand Faces, Estonia, Easter Hooks and You. So I guess the Afraid of Sunlight tour.
Hmm.
I don't know, I don't know how well documented it is. I personally, I kind of lost interest at that point. So I love Brave though. People think
Braves
like
great.
I hate him. I'm a big fan of Marillion through the Fish era, and I like Brave a lot. After that, they've kind of lost me. So I'm sorry, Stephen. So um, ah, 30th anniversary reissue of Simon Phillips' Symbiosis. Uh, Great lineup. Ray Russell on guitar, Mitchell Foreman, Mike Porcaro, Jimmy Johnson on bass, Sheila E's on here on percussion. A lot of guys, a lot of studio guys. I mean, I don't know who Wendell Brooks is. Somebody will ream me because I don't know who Wendell Brooks is, but I don't. And it has one bonus track called Drum Check, which could be anything. Uh, I hope Eric Porter is paying attention.
You love Simon.
This is our release, second album, Philosophophobia, The Constant Void. Multinational band, Greek, and well, really German and Greek, progressive metal. Uh, you compared them favorably, I think, to Evergrey, and I think that's kind of it's a good comparison, I think.
Yeah.
So, and it's already getting great
It's
reviews.
moody, it's emotional, and the singer sounds a little like Tom England.
Yeah, and there's very good playing on it. Good, all good players. So, doing quite well. This one, I'm not sure. It's a Roxy Music live on stage. I'm not sure even what tour it's from, but you don't see too many Roxy Music bootlegs out there. So,
No, Chuck Alvarez, you watching this? Might be up your alley. Well, Chuck's a
there,
big Roxy fan.
yeah, there you go. In the studio, Whispers of Granite, Liquid Stone, new band. It's the duo of Trudy Eitang and Andreas Hack. Trudy was in White Willow for a period of time. She sang on the Signal to Noise album, and she played live with them. You know, White Willow kind of stopped playing live. I think she might have been in the last live version. And Andreas Hack is from the band Frequency Drift, which was a very sort of White Willow influenced band. So it's just the two of them, and it's kind of I made one pass through it, pretty good. All right, restocks, a couple of restocks. Ben Craven, as I mentioned, Monsters from the Id. We hadn't had it in a while, but since we were bringing in Ambient Den, Ben, throw some copies in the shipment. Okay, and so we got them. And CD, DVD, really great stuff. And with that really, really beautiful Freya Dean artwork, cover art, and her father doing the logo. So we got back in the first Happy the Man. Second one, Crafty Hands, is out of stock. So I'm waiting for a restock on that. Let's run through the vinyl. The unbelievably heavy 4 LP Steve Hackett. We have the Kunatic Wheels of Alman on vinyl. Now this is an interesting one. Universe. So Universe came out in 1971. British blues band, kind of like blues hard rock, but with like a blues edge to it, but also a progressive element. Like it's like a 10.5 minute track on here, a lot of long tracks, really heavy ripping guitar, mega rare, the original. It got reissued on the Norwegian Colors label at one point, and even that's going, reissue's going for a couple $100. So there's this label called Ancient Greece, and this is a legit authorized reissue. It's good stuff. And then what else? Witch Hazel finally showed up on Citadel Stone marbled vinyl. Okay. And the last thing to mention, Jeff has been diligently going through inventory. He's uncovering all kinds of stuff, which for whatever reason fell off the website, fell off our inventory. We're getting it back on the website as fast as we can. Also, some of the stuff, like the one-offs, are going on Discogs. A lot of metal, some good prog. Please hit our website, go through the new arrivals, go to our Discogs page. You're going to find some really cool stuff. You know, some of them again that I have one copy of, and it could be some arcane prog rock thing, which I'm like, oh shit, I haven't seen this one in 5 years, and sure enough, it's been sitting on the shelf. You know? So it's worth people's time to go through the new arrival section and Discogs. You're going to find some really cool things there.
Cool.
That's what I got.
Nuggets. There we go.
Yeah.
So, of course, lasercd.com is the URL, everybody. I'll have that and the full list from Ken pinned down in the comments. So, copy and paste to your heart's desire. Happy shopping, and
Oh, please buy a lot, buy often. Yeah,
there you go. There you
hit
go.
it.
Yeah. So, that's a wrap for this episode of the Professor's Picks. So I hope you find some good stuff, everybody, and we'll see you next week here on Professor's Picks. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. All the other links down below for you to help out the channel. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow for the UK Connection, Sunday for ranking the albums of Acts. And till then, I'm Pete Pardo for Ken Golden. Have a good one, everybody. Take care.
Yeah, thanks again.